As I'm talking to you now, Oduduwa people must be ready. We are ready. We are ready to fight with you. Of course, I don't need to tell you that, but you know. The Oba, some of the Obas will be kidnapped. David Oboke, thank you for that super chat. Some of the Obas, I'm not saying one Oba, some of the Obas will be kidnapped with the help of the military that will be deployed on Friday. I want you to share this video. Let it go to the highest authority. Some of the Obas in Yøruba land will be kidnapped starting from Friday with the help of the military that will be deployed on Friday. And I am making this revolution known to every frontliner in Oduduwa land. That some of the Obas will be kidnapped and possibly killed. And that will take me back to the word of Dr. Maelefia. Dr. Maelefia said that they are coming to the south and they will start killing prominent people in the south. And of course, he revealed that, but now we are now revealing to you that it has started. And I am telling you now that from Friday this week, Burutai and the people in charge, they are going to deploy the military that will aid the jihad and that will aid the war against Oduduwa land. And the point now is, everywhere you are and you found yourself in Yøruba land. Thank you, Gladys Pearlhart, for that super chat. Any place you are in Yøruba land and you are from the south, remember, when this game begins, you are going to fight with whatever that is available to you. Do not trust everybody that you see wearing military camouflage from Friday. What did I say? Do not trust anybody you see wearing military camouflage from Friday. And I believe that this is going to be a very shocking to Burutai listening to me, because I know they have agents who listen to me. This particular thing I'm saying now will shock them to their bone marrow. And if they go ahead deploying this military on Friday, it means they have declared war. And let me make it also very clear that the deployment of the military is also to make sure they kidnapped Sunday. Is it Adebayo Sunday Idaho, the leader, or the activist who has been making sure that his people are safe from the hand of Fulani? Please, I need somebody to tell me the exact name so I don't do mistake. Mr. Sunday. Please, I am looking at the chart. Sunday, Sunday Igboho, Sunday Igboho, Adeyemo Sunday Igboho, Mr. Sunday Adeyemo Igboho, all the youth, everybody must surround Mr. Sunday from Friday. The Yoruba people must not allow the fake and the terrorist military to take him or even go close to where he is from Friday. Because the main target is, or the main decision, one of the main decisions of the caliphate is to bring Sunday down by Friday. So I am calling on you all, the people, the good people of Yøruba, the good people of Biafra, the good people of the southern Nigeria, all the Obas in Yøruba land. If you take our security report seriously, which you do, this particular broadcast should be taken very, very seriously. They are coming for Sunday on Friday. They are coming for Sunday Adeyemo Igboho on Friday, and they are going to try everything to bring him down. And it must be resisted. It must be resisted. It must be resisted with everything available. It must be resisted. The government that openly support terrorism, the government that have terrorists in the army, the government that have the chief of army staff as a commander of Boko Haram, what do you expect? They can't fight Boko Haram. Do you know what they do? What they do now is that they have employed their media team. Their media team now is everything you say about military, they stamp it fake news. They stamp it fake news. Everybody knows that the military base in Borno State, a military base in Borno State was seized by Boko Haram. Do you know that Brutai asked the media team to say that the news is fake? Do you know that? So, but my happiness is that the governor who said something immediately after he was elected in favor of the Fulanis, this governor of Ondo State said something in favor of Fulanis. Today, he is saying a different thing. And that is a spirit of liberation, deliverance. Spiritual deliverance is taking place. And this deliverance will continue to take place until the people you least expected will be delivered. And we will be on our way to freedom. So what I have come to tell you is that the war has been declared against southern Nigeria. And I have come to tell you this evening that Brutai has perfected every plan to aid and support the invasion of the southern Nigeria. And I have come to tell you that they are going to abduct and kidnap a couple of Obas, and they are going to kill them. The only way you cannot be victim of this is that from today, if you are Oba in Yøruba land, you have to stand with your people. If you are an Oba in Yøruba land, you have between now and Friday to stand with your people. And what do I mean by standing with your people? You have to publicly, you are not bigger than the governor now. You have to publicly now declare support for your people. You have to publicly now despise the terrorist in your forest. You have to publicly now come to say you must leave our forest to support the governor to support all the activists that are trying and they putting their life online to save the land in which you are the Oba, because they are going to consume you. The python you are feeding has grown so big, and the python will be released from cage on Friday. When I'm saying Friday, I'm not telling you Friday next year. I'm not telling you Friday next 2 weeks. I'm not telling you Friday next 2 months. I am telling you the Friday of, this is Tuesday already. I am telling you from the 22nd of this month. From the 22nd of this month, you will be kidnapped by the terrorists, so, aided by the Nigerian army. Chidi, oh, thank you for that super chat. You will be kidnapped by the terrorists, aided by the Nigerian army, and you will be killed in your land. So, the revolution of Dr. Man Lefia is coming to pass. You see why you must be listening to everything we say. Because if we didn't say this one now, it will come as a surprise to you. Do you know that Oba, a first-class Oba, was killed? A first-class Oba in Yøruba land was killed a few weeks ago. How many of you remember? How many of you remember? A first-class Oba was killed, and not even, news didn't carry it. Nobody even, in fact, today now, I don't even know whether anybody have demanded the arrest of those who killed him, which are the Fulanis. Do you all remember? Do you all remember that a first-class Oba, not village Oba, not village chief, a first-class Oba was killed, kidnapped and killed by Fulanis? How many of you remember? Thank you. Now, a first-class Oba was kidnapped and killed in Yøruba land. Not during of Afonjao, not during Afon. I am telling you, in 2021, this January, a first-class Oba was kidnapped and killed by Fulani. Now, it didn't end there. It didn't end there. Somebody say, what is Yoruba journalist doing? We are not here for, it is not time to start blaming what Yoruba journalists are doing. We don't go into dwelling what Yoruba journalists are doing. Of course, the journalists reported it. Some journalists reported it. So let me show you. First of all, let me show you that a first-class Oba was killed. One moment. The Ekiti State Council of Traditional Rulers on Saturday lamented the killing of first-class Oba in Ondo State by unidentified government, describing it as both worrisome and against the Yoruba tradition and custom. The council, in a statement made available to the newsmen agency or whatever in Ado Ekiti, by its chairman and the Alawi of Ilawe Ekiti, Oba Adebanji Ajibade Alabi, described the manner of the death of the Oba as most unfortunate and regrettable. Now, after this lamentation by the Obas in Yoruba land, sorry, this was in November. Nobody did anything. Nobody did anything. And the killers of this Oba, they are still at large in Ondo Forest. They are still at, what they want to do is to start from the head of each town, head of each community, all the traditional rulers, all the Obas. They want to start taking them away one after the other. And I'm telling you now that from Friday, Hillary AGK, thank you for that super chat. From Friday this week, they are going to be killing the Obas in Yoruba land, and we must resist that. We must not allow that to happen. How are we going to not allow this to happen? We must resist military deployment. They call it military deployment. It is nothing to do with military deployment. Burutai is sending the foot soldiers. Burutai is sending the mercenaries in Yoruba land to destabilize the peace and bring the jihad. They have already invoked the jihad, and that is what is happening. As I'm talking to you now, most of the forest I have exposed where the Fulanis are. You have almost more than 1,200. Now, between Ondo, Ekiti, and Oyo State, you have more than 1,200 heavily armed terrorists in the forest. So, it must be resisted. It must be resisted. Now, let me also show you that as I'm talking to you now, police are being abducted. Of course, this police, the Southerners are being abducted, are being killed. Just yesterday, they kidnapped 20 policemen. And you will not tell me that they are Hausa policemen. You will not tell me that they are Fulani policemen. If the Fulani policeman is among them, or Hausa policeman is among them, of course, Hausa also they are victimizing them. If those Hausa people who don't believe in them, they are going to kill them. But if it is the one that don't believe, they are going to release them. I'm saying that 20 policemen was abducted in Kaduna. Are you aware of that? Are you aware of that? That 20 policemen, 20 policemen was abducted in Kaduna yesterday. Do you know that? Now, if police can be abducted in Kaduna, if police can be, with their weapon, can be captured, who are you? Who are you? No, I'm asking you, if police can be captured, who are you? Who do you think you are? And you don't know. You know, the problem is that a lot of you don't even follow what is going on in Nigeria. A lot of you don't know. This same yesterday, 4 policemen was ambushed. 4 policemen was ambushed in northern Nigeria. They ambushed them. Same yesterday. And you don't see it anywhere. You don't see it anywhere. So what we are saying now is that from Friday, the 22nd of this month, they are bringing the war to the south, and we must all fight together to make sure we protect our women and our children against the military, against the Boko Haram controlled Nigeria military, against Burutai, against the Fulani Caliphate, against the oligarchy, against Islamic State, against Ansaru, against the bandit, against the jihad, against all the mercenaries from Central Africa, because these are the people you have now in the forest in Yoruba land. So all of you that are playing politics, waiting for 2023, you have to be alive. You have to be even alive. So even if you are shouting one Nigeria, you have become an obstacle to the Fulanese. You have become an obstacle. If you are from the southern Nigeria, you are Igbo. That is the word. You are Igbo, because Igbo has become the biggest threat in the eye of Fulanese. Even though they know our forest now is a no-go area. Is a no.
Thank you very much for listening to that voice broadcast from our dear brother Simon Neba. Please, if you have anything to say regarding everything he said in that very particular voice broadcast, write it down in the comment section. I want to use this opportunity to tell our brothers from Oduduwa side to make sure that they are conscious of the presence of terrorists in their land, and they should not accept to work with any Nigerian military, because we could remember when Nigerian government integrated the so-called Boko Haram into Nigerian military, and the police are also working together with them. When you capture these terrorists and they send them to police station, after one day the police station the police officers will release them. There's no point of working with any Nigerian security apparatus. Please use your empowerment and protect your land, and the whole thing will stop. Thank you very much.